Difficult times as the domestic airlines have increased airfares by the minimum of 100% with a one-way economy ticket selling at over 50,000 naira. This indicated a jump of over 60% from between 26,000 and 30,000 naira a few weeks ago. This is coming barely less than 10 days after the airline operators in Nigeria had warned that a skyrocketing price of aviation fuel by over 100% or about 400 naira per litre within a year will lead to increase in the price of tickets in order to sustain their operations. This shortage has allowed fuel marketers the luxury to inflate aviation fuel prices. As demand is high in airports, as airlines are constantly waiting for fuel supply at airports across Nigeria. So we'll look at the impact, two ways to these, the impact of these on passengers and of course the impact on the general economy vis-a-vis aviation. That's our talking point now. So let's get talking. We have Dr. Dayo, who is standing by. He's an aviation safety expert. He joins us via the telephone now. Thank you, Doctor. We appreciate your time.
It's my pleasure being with you this morning. Thank you.
Now, Nigerians have criticized the sudden spike in the prices of airline tickets as most domestic airlines have pegged their minimum fare at 50,000 naira. Report on Tuesday showed that a one-way flight ticket for yesterday, for Thursday, 23rd of February, from Abuja to Lagos was around 50,000, in contrast rate to what was, charged between 26,000 and 35,000 some weeks ago. So apparently this, of course, has created a bit of disruption in the system. So what do you think will be the effect of these sudden increases on both the passengers and at the same time on the aviation sector?
Yeah, you see, number one, let me first of all say this, that I see this hike in aviation price as part of the connivance of the business oligarchy and the suppliers of goods and services to Nigerians as things that have been happening before. It's one of those connivances that we have been experiencing. Look at hike in electricity tariff. Or recent now, it has also been increased. Nothing has been done. All sectors of the economy have been like that. Where is the government that is protecting the people? And it's because I didn't even know that who is going to protect them. Nothing. That nobody is going to do anything. In as much as they are settling or sort of resolving themselves with the powers that be, then nothing is going to happen. Now, let us come back to the effect of the aviation industry. With this increase, that means airlines will be making more than enough profit, either you like it or not. They'll be making more than enough profit. So it's good business for them. But to the people, it is bad enough. Because it's going to reduce the economic power of the people. The purchasing power of the people is going to be reduced. The real income of the people has been further shrink, as it has been happening before. Now, see, for you to be able to understand the connivance that is happening in the aviation industry in Nigeria against the people, you got to make some kind of comparative analysis as regards the difference between Lagos and Gatwick, then Ghana and Gatwick. What is the price to fly from Ghana to London and the price to fly from Nigeria to London? Unfortunately, the same distance. If you can
let me come in, Doctor.
Analysis there, then be able to understand the kind of connivance that we are having in Nigeria against we, the people.
One of the reasons for the hike in air tickets, according to the operators, is because of the hike in aviation fuel price, which of course has increased from 190 naira per litre to 400 in about a year. Between 2021 and now, we are seeing almost more than 200% or so of the increase. So this is business for them. Don't you think so? Because you have called it and described it as a way of conniving with some of the operators.
Now, we also tell you this. Increase in aviation fuel. Yes. Why is that aviation fuel price increasing? Why? I don't know whether whether you understand. Why is it? Who are the people selling those aviation fuel? Who are in charge of that aviation fuel? It is still nothing other than the connivance of the ruling oligarchy. Who are the ones in charge of aviation fuel being distributed? Who are the people in charge of aviation itself? Who are the owners of these airlines? So these are issues that we need to put together in proper perspective for us to understand that all these things that are happening in this country is nothing other than connivance of the ruling oligarchy against the people.
So you are saying that there is no need. You are saying there is no reason whatsoever. Just a moment. You are saying there is no reason. You are saying that there is no reason whatsoever for that increase in the cost of aviation fuel. That's what you're saying.
Exactly. Just as there's no reason for you to be increasing the prices of PMS, normally called petrol. That's why there's no reason for increasing it, other than they want to further popularize the people.
But again, if you look, now the airline has also decried fluctuations in the exchange rate and the difficulty they face when trying to access foreign exchange at the official window as well. So hence you have many domestic carriers, had to resort to sourcing, the greenback from other alternatives. Because it has reason we have seen the greenback exchanging for around 550 naira to the US dollar. So do you think there are options here?
Now, another thing is this. Let us also approach it from this angle. This exchange rate we are talking about, who controls it? I think we have seen a former central bank of Nigeria governor, the former governor of CBN, saying that this exchange rate that we're dishing out in Nigeria is fake. This is somebody who has worked there before, who has been at this person before. Secondly, the airline now will be saying, okay, look, we want to take our aircraft abroad to go and do the C check, to go and do this. My brother, are you aware that before now we were having aircraft hangar in this country, and so many countries come around here to come and do C check? What has happened to that hangar? Go and find out who is the person that has bought that hangar now. What are they using that hangar for? So when I'm talking about connivance of the ruling oligarchy against the people, I know what I'm talking about. I'm looking at it holistically. Is it exchange rate? Is it the system? Is it the policies in place? Just mention it. Everything put together is nothing other than connivance of the ruling oligarchy against the people.
Let's look at if you look at the second wave of the pandemic, one of the worst hit sector so far is the aviation sector. For some time, they were not able to fly, and coming back, they have to recoup as well. So now passengers had dropped over 65% over the Omicron variant. So is it economically correct to say that this is the right time perhaps to recoup some of the losses recorded in the past with this development? Because of course, if you see it, apparently they are in business for profit.
Well, no doubt about it that the COVID pandemic did affect the aviation industry for those periods, and it's still yet to pick up. And I have to also tell you that perhaps we need to understand these people. We need to understand them. The losses they are making for people not patronizing them, they got to put it on other people that are patronizing them for them to be able to make their own profit. They want to reduce their own profit. They know what they are doing. Look at the COVID you mentioned just now. At least we are witnesses to it in this country, whereby the palliatives that are meant for people were being kept in some warehouses. We are all aware. Is it you or I that are going to keep all those things in those warehouses? It's not other than the leadership. Other than the leadership. And that's why I was talking to you about connivance of the leaders against the people. So there is nothing you will say. There is nothing that is strong in this country that is not a kind of connivance of these people against the citizens. okay, those documents are in AGS office, Accountant General office, Accountant General office. What happened within 6 hours? That's the problem. Well, you because that all the place or me? No. It's a connivance of the ruling of the jacking. So all these things can be solved under that. Nothing more. They're just suffering the people.
Now,
Whenever they know that they are losing something, they will look for somewhere else to be able to get it on the people.
Doctor, as of Thursday, 24th of February, the government said they were going to investigate because they have described it because some like you said earlier, some experts have also described as price fixing, where some group of people come together and they have to do illicit agreement and say, okay, this of course is what we are going to charge, and every operator in the sector should abide with that. Where the government has cleared its name, obviously, that they are coming out to investigate this price fixing and the collision between these operators as well. Would that change anything?
I can't hear you, please. Can you please repeat it?
Can you hear me? I was asking you earlier. I was asking you that the government said they were going to come out to investigate this price fixing and the hike in the price of tickets. I mean, that of course it's obviously a way of clearing their name that look, we're not part of what is happening or the development in the sector. So don't you think this will make any difference?
Let me tell you, what do you expect? I don't expect anything other than that. They want to clear their names. But are their names really cleared? When you look at who owns those airlines, when you look at who are those people behind hiking the price, I mean, so how can they clear their names? There's no way they can clear their names. Because all these things, they are part and parcel of it. The airline owners, who are they? They are sponsors of politicians. The politicians, who are they? They are politicians in political gaps. But on the other hand, they are also businessmen that are also investing the money that they are taking from the people, investing it in other business activities. So who owns the airlines? Who are the people in government? Now, who are not the people that are hiking the price?
Yeah, doctor. Yeah.
They can only say they come in by mouth. To what extent are they coming? When they
Dr. Dio.
All these discourse.
Dr. Dio.
Not to hide their prices.
I want us to look at it. Dr. Dio.
They told the STV, don't increase the price. Let it be like this. Those people, they refused. So, where is that government? Do we have government?
Dr. Dio.
Businessmen?
May I come in, Dr. Dio? I mean, I want us to look at the business because, of course, this is a business show. I want us to look at the business side of it. Government, of course, is a policy maker for the sector. They are just there, of course, even though they own some percentage or stake in the sector. They are there to make policies that will work for, the operators in this particular. So if they said they are coming to, or they want to investigate, I just want us to give them the benefit of doubt that perhaps they just want to do the investigation and come out. How did this price fixing come out? But having said that, now what do you expect to change? What should be the outcome of this going forward? Now, given the fact that yes, we're having scarcity in the aviation fuel, and then the price has gone up as well. Before we go, if you can do that in a minute.
Yeah, you see, definitely, I will expect the government, as the government of the people, to try as much as possible, and then let the prices be reduced. But at the same time, if government is coming in to say, look, let's do it this way. Then we should also look at the aviation fuel too. Because most people, they are paying for that. And if they are reducing their price, and this one is not reducing its own price, it will definitely affect profitability to those people, to the airline operators. And at the end of the day, most of them will not be able to go. That is an area. Again, there are other charges that they pay, like landing and parking. Government should also look into that. Because Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria is being controlled by the federal government. So federal government should also look at all some of those charges and then make them to be competitive to the extent that airliners, when they reduce the prices of their services to the people, they will still be able to be in business because they are investing their money so as to be in business. If you are now asking them to reduce